conference game and a non-conference game?
I mean, you just have to play every game the same. You treat every opponent with respect. That's how it works. You can't take anybody for granted.
You obviously, got the SEC offensive lineman in the week. First off, getting that honor, was it made to you, and then just how long were you against South Carolina with no pressures, none of that?
I mean, it's great to get recognition, but at the same time, I mean, if you look at it, it's really just doing your job, and that's kind of the standard that you want to go to. It's not, I don't see it as anything really special. It's just, I got acknowledged for doing my job. That's kind of what it means.
How do you think the entire offensive line played Saturday?
I think we played pretty well, especially with our first conference, game. We have some things we need to work on, of course, but I think overall we're making steady improvement, and that's really what it's about. It's getting better each week.
When you get in a set position, you kind of look back. Is it because of an audible? I mean, what causes you to look back real quick at the quarterback before the snap?
All right, so that's called a guard tap, and so what we do is when we go into mainly away games, whenever crowd noise is really loud, sometimes you can't hear a clap. So I turn around, Tua gives me a signal, I tell the center to snap the ball. So that's all it is. So you'll see me look back, I'll go over, I'll hit CO, come back, get set, and then we snap the ball.
Is that the same thing as when you're saying when pressures are coming, where they're coming from? When we tap your hip?
No, we have all kinds of different stuff.
That's inside football there.
Yeah.
As a lineman, the slant passes, the quick passes, they get the ball away? Does it kind of alleviate some pressure from you guys from blocking up front?
I assume you're referring to like a lot of the RPOs we ran.
Sure, yeah.
So, I mean, it's nice for us. Really, we just block whatever play's called. If Tua has a choice to throw it or keep it, depending on what he sees. And, if he feels like he wants to throw it, that's what he's going to do. And it worked out pretty well this weekend, I'd say.
I think it was maybe last week or the week before, one of the commentators on TV made the point, y'all don't go beyond 3 yards. Obviously, there's that window with the RPOs that the lineman can't. Is there a science to that? Is there an understanding? I mean, obviously, when you're on the field, you can't always look for where your 3 yards are. So how do you know that, and how are you able to kind of keep that in the back of your head?
I mean, it's one of those things that's usually it's timed up pretty well. So with the RPO, it's coming out quick. So by the time that we kind of get to our assignments and start working to the second level, the ball should be out.
So you release several times on the screens to go out there and be a lead blocker. How do you read who you're supposed to block in that situation?
So, I mean, with every play you have an assignment, and that's one of those things that once you get out in space, you know who you're going to depending on what screen's called. So, you have a track that you run and you have a certain assignment you're going to.
Have you gone up against Justin Boyke much in practice, and what do you see from him?
I actually haven't gone up against him much in practice. He's a really great guy. I think he brings a lot to the table. He always practices hard, so I'm excited. I'm sure he'll step it up whenever we start practicing together a little more.
So we got Raekwon up here yesterday, and he said that he loves you.
I told you guys that last week. I said he hates me on the field, but he'll love me off the field.
Yeah, right. So, how much better do you get going up against someone like that every day?
I mean, I think it's great going up against Raekwon every day because he pushes me and I try to push him, and it's just one of those things where mutually we get better. And, I mean, you can't really ask for anything more than that.
Do you have a favorite position?
I really don't. I mean, I'm happy to play, really, if it's anywhere.
There was obviously, just looking at the stat sheet and stuff like that, even after this last game, there was all that talk about the lack of running. Obviously the RPOs played a factor in that, but as an offensive line, do you have kind of how much pride do you kind of take in that wanting that number to be a certain level?
I mean, we obviously want the rushing yards to be better, but at the same time, coaches have a game plan, and if they find something that works and they've explained it to the running backs and quarterbacks, the game plan for this week and how we want to go about things, at the end of the day, we're going to do what we need to do to win. And, if that means that we're pulling it and throwing it most of the time, then that's what we're going to do. So, as an offensive lineman, you want the rushing yards to be higher, but at the same time, if you win rushing yards and you don't win the game, what does it really mean?
As an offensive lineman, it's a little bit more fun to have that running attack, to kind of maul and kind of drive down the field like that, or does it matter?
It is fun, especially when you get into longer drives. Obviously you can kind of see defenses starting to get a little more tired, and it just becomes kind of fun after that.
We talked about you having fun out there on the field. What's the most fun you've had on the football field?
I mean, I just enjoy it in general. There's a lot of aspects of the game I enjoy, whether it's, testing how good I am every day in practice, to games, playing home, away, playing, guys that are deemed to be really good players. I really just enjoy competition. That's really what it comes down to.
Two more. All right.